Snow fell softly over the dead city. It looked peaceful from a distance. General Marcus Hale tasted blood. Warm. Metallic. The chair creaked under his weight. Rope burned into his wrists. Christmas Eve. Of all nights. A cracked radio played a broken carol somewhere down the hall. The sound twisted his stomach. He smelled mold. Old sweat. Burnt oil. A man stood in front of him. Leather gloves. Cold eyes. "Still a hero?" the man asked. His voice was calm. Too calm. Hale lifted his head. One eye was swollen shut. "I buried better men than you," Hale said. His voice shook anyway. The punch came fast. White light. A crack inside his skull. Pain rang like church bells. He thought of his wife. Her hands on the tree lights. Her laugh when one bulb failed. Guilt pressed harder than the ropes. Another interrogator leaned close. He smelled of cigarettes and peppermint. "Tell us where they went," the man whispered. Hale said nothing. Silence felt like the last thing he owned. A blade touched his neck, cold as the snow outside. Somewhere far above, glass shattered. The interrogators froze. A sharp report cut the air. Clean. Precise. The man with the gloves fell backward. A red bloom spread across his chest. Another shot. Another body dropped. Hale's heart slammed against his ribs. From the broken window, a shape moved. High ground. Perfect angle. A rifle gleamed under the moonlight. Gold. Impossible to miss. A voice crackled in Hale's earpiece. Low. Controlled. "General," the voice said. "Stay alive." Boots thundered in the hallway. Shouts echoed. Weapons cocked. Hale pulled against the ropes. His skin tore. Outside, the sniper chambered another round. Slow. Deliberate. The golden rifle steadied. A target stepped into view. And the trigger began to tighten. The rifle barked again. The sound rolled through the concrete like thunder. A guard spun and fell. His helmet clanged across the floor. Hale tipped his chair forward. Pain exploded in his shoulders. Gunfire answered from the stairwell. Wild. Panicked. The sniper didn't rush. He never rushed. Another shot. A scream cut short. Dust drifted from the ceiling. It smelled like old bricks in fear. Hale dragged himself toward a falling guard. His fingers slipped in blood. "Come on," he muttered. "Come on." Boots pounded closer. Too many. The golden rifle flashed again. One bullet. One life erased. A man rounded the corner firing blind. His bullets chewed the walls. The sniper waited. Breathed out. The man dropped mid-step. Silence followed. Brief. Fragile. Hale saw his chance. He grabbed the knife. Cut through the rope. His hand shook uncontrollably. The radio carol kept playing. A child's voice sang about peace. Hale staggered upright. His legs barely obeyed. "Move now," the voice said. Urgent for the first time. Hale limped toward the window. Cold air rushed in. He looked up. Saw the sniper's face for half a second. Young. Focused. Haunted. A spotlight snapped on outside. Engines roared to life. "Too late," the sniper whispered. Hale heard the click of an empty chamber. Felt the building tremble. And then the lights went out. Darkness swallowed the room. Total. Heavy. The carol died mid-note. Hale's ears rang. Not from noise. From absence. Emergency lights failed to kick in. Someone had cut the power clean. "General," the voice said again. Closer now. Inside the building. Hale turned toward the sound. His knees nearly gave out. Footsteps moved fast through the dark. Measured. Not panicked. A shadow grabbed his arm. Firm. Steady. Don't speak, the sniper whispered, breath warm against Hale's ear. He smelled gun oil, cold air, adrenaline. Who are you? Hale rasped. The sniper hesitated, just long enough to matter. Someone who owes you, he said. A distant explosion shook the city. Windows rattled. Sirens wailed far away. The dead city was waking up. They moved down a stairwell. Broken glass crunched under boots. Hale's chest burned. Every breath felt borrowed. Gunfire erupted below them. Automatic. Relentless. The sniper pushed Hale behind a pillar. Bullets sparked off concrete. Stay down, he ordered. Hale pressed his face to the floor. It was freezing. Wet. He tasted rust and dust. The sniper leaned out. Fired twice. 2 bodies hit the stairs. Then a voice echoed upward. Laughing. Confident. You're surrounded, the voice called. Drop the general. The sniper checked his rifle. 1 round left. Hale saw it. The gold catching faint light. Leave me, Hale said. It wasn't bravery. It was math. The sniper didn't answer. He reached into his jacket. Pulled out a second weapon. Smaller. Plan B, he muttered. Heavy footsteps closed in from above and below. Metal clanked. Grenades rolled. The sniper met Hale's eyes. No fear. Only resolve. Christmas Eve, he said softly. Let's make it count. The grenade pin scraped free. The grenade hit the floor. A soft clink. Too gentle for what it promised. Cover your ears, the sniper said. Hale barely had time to nod. The blast punched the stairwell. Heat. Pressure. A scream ripped in half. Smoke swallowed everything. Burnt metal. Concrete dust. Hale coughed until his chest screamed back. Hands grabbed him again. Dragged him through the chaos. Up! The sniper growled. They burst onto the roof. Snow whipped sideways in the wind. The city spread out below them. Black. Lifeless. Helicopter blades thundered somewhere nearby. Spotlights sliced the dark. Move, the sniper said. No time. Hale stumbled toward the edge. His heart froze. There's nothing there, he said. The sniper clipped a line to Hale's belt. Steel bit into fabric. Trust me, he said. A shot cracked behind them. The sniper jerked. Blood darkened his sleeve. He didn't cry out. Another helicopter rose from the shadows. Too close. Go, the sniper shouted. Hale hesitated. Just once. The sniper shoved him hard. The city rushed up. Wind screamed past Hale's ears. The line snapped tight. His spine screamed. Above him, the golden rifle slipped from the roof. Spinning. Falling. Hale looked up. The sniper stood alone at the edge. Silhouetted by gunfire. Surrounded. Their eyes met one last time. Then the helicopter's guns opened fire. The roof exploded with sound. Metal tore apart. Snow turned gray. Hale slammed into the side of the building. The rope burned his waist. His breath left him in a raw shout. Above, bullets stitched the concrete. Relentless. Mechanical. He swung helplessly. Boots scraping stone. Cut the line! Hale yelled upward. His voice vanished in the wind. The sniper didn't move. He raised the smaller weapon. Fired upward. One shot. The helicopter lurched. Smoke trailed from its side. A second gunship roared in response. Closer now. Angrier. The sniper's shoulder sagged. Blood soaked through his jacket. Still standing. Hale felt the rope start to fray. Fibers snapping one by one. He pressed his face to the wall. Cold stone. Icy tears he didn't remember shedding. Above him, boots rushed forward. Shouts. Orders barked with certainty. The sniper backed up. One step from the edge. He looked down again. At Hale. There was apology in his eyes. And relief. "Tell her," he shouted. The wind tore the words apart. "Tell who?" Hale screamed back. The sniper smiled. "Just barely." Then the rope gave another sharp crack. Hale dropped fast. Too fast. The building blurred. Light streaked past. Above, a final gunshot rang out. Hale never saw who fired it. The fall stole the sound from the world. Only wind remained. Hale's grip burned. Skin tore. The rope snapped. Cold air punched his lungs. The city spun. Then a second line caught him. Hard. Violent. His body slammed into a fire escape. Metal screamed. He hung there shaking. Alive. Above him, the roof was a storm of light. Muzzle flashes. Shadows running. Something heavy fell past him. Spinning end over end. The golden rifle. It shattered on the street below. A dull, final sound. Hale's chest tightened. "No!" he whispered. The helicopters pulled back. Not retreating. Resetting. A voice crackled in his dead earpiece. Not the snipers. "General Hale," the voice said. Female. Calm. "You are still an asset." Hale pressed his forehead to the frozen railing. His hands were numb. His heart was not. "Who are you?" he demanded. A pause. Calculated. "Someone who just watched a very expensive man die." Below, boots flooded the street. Above, the roof went quiet. Too quiet. Hale felt the building tremble again. Not from explosions. From something moving inside. The line holding him creaked. And somewhere in the dark stairwell, a single set of footsteps began to climb. The footsteps were slow. Unhurried. Each step rang through the metal bones of the building. Hale tightened his grip. His fingers felt like stone. "Get me out," he hissed into the dead earpiece. No answer. Snow drifted down past his face. Melted on his bloodied knuckles. The line creaked again. A warning. The door above the fire escape opened. Light spilled out. A silhouette filled the frame. Broad shoulders. Rifle slung low. "You survived," the figure said. Almost impressed. Hale swallowed. His throat burned. "Where is he?" Hale asked. The man stepped closer. Boots clanged on metal. "Gone," the man said. "Like the city." Hale's muscles screamed as he pulled himself higher. Pain blurred his vision. The man tilted his head. Listening. Helicopter blades returned. Closer than before. "Orders changed," the man muttered into his mic. Hale felt the line begin to lower. Controlled. Deliberate. Down toward the street. "Asset retrieval confirmed," the woman's voice crackled back. The lights burned white. Too bright. Hale squinted. Pain flared behind his eyes. The man froze. Just for a breath. Power meant cameras. Power meant witnesses. Hale saw it then. Doubt. A siren wailed closer. Real police. Not ghosts. The woman's voice snapped through the radio. "Abortive compromised." The man cursed under his breath. The line jerked. Stopped lowering. Hale's boots scraped the wall. He pushed hard. Desperate. Inside the lit stairwell. Shadows scattered. Men shouting. Orders colliding. The man raised his rifle. Not at Hale. At the control box above the door. Hale felt the moment stretch. Like breath held too long. He thought of the sniper's eyes. The smile. The word "her." The rifle's trigger tightened. And somewhere above them, metal began to scream again. The shot blew the control box apart. Sparks rained down, like angry stars. The lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then half the building went dark again. Hale swung his legs. Found the railing. Pulled with everything he had left. His shoulder tore. He screamed anyway. The man lunged for him. Too late. Hale rolled onto the fire escape. Cold metal pressed into his ribs. Boots thundered behind the door. Voices shouted his name. The man hesitated, listening to two masters now. "Extraction window closing," the woman snapped. The helicopters roared overhead. Spotlights jittered. Hale dragged himself toward the stairs. Each inch cost blood. The man stepped between him and the door. Rifle raised. Their eyes locked. Seconds stretched thin. Hale saw something crack. Not fear. Regret. "You should have died up there," the man said. "Maybe," Hale answered. "But not tonight." A gunshot echoed from inside the stairwell. The man jerked. Stumbled. Blood bloomed at his side. Hale looked past him. A police officer stood frozen in the doorway. Gun smoking. Eyes wide. The helicopters pulled away fast. Like predators losing interest. Snow fell again. Quiet. Almost gentle. Hale lay back against the railing. His chest heaving. Above him, the rooftop burned. Below him, the city stirred. And deep inside Hale's coat, his dead earpiece crackled one last time. "General," the woman's voice whispered. "This isn't over." Snow kept falling. As if nothing had happened. Sirens filled the streets now. Red and blue washing over broken stone. Medics knelt beside Hale. Warm hands. Rough voices pretending calm. "Stay with us, General." He stared up at the sky. Christmas stars blurred by smoke. They lifted him onto a stretcher. The pain finally arrived. Heavy. Earned. As they carried him down, he saw the rifle's gold fragments in the snow. Dull now. Ordinary metal. "Did you see who saved you?" a medic asked. Hale closed his eyes. "I saw what he gave," Hale said. The ambulance doors shut. The city noise muffled. Inside the dark, Hale thought of a young face. Focused. Haunted. He thought of the word her. His fingers tightened around the torn rope fiber still in his palm. Christmas bells rang somewhere far away. Real ones this time. As the ambulance pulled into the night, General Marcus Hale finally let himself breathe. Not because the danger was gone, but because someone chose him. Over orders. Over escape. Over life. And in the dead city, that choice was enough.